Hello everyone, it's Sue from Crafty and welcome to my craft room today. I have wine in my craft room. We're not having a party, I know it may look as if we are, but I'm trying to get ahead with some little Christmas gifts to give to people, like, dare I say it, neighbours and things. So, and I wanted to make these kind of bottles of wine look a bit more, I don't know, as if I've got a bit more care on them. So I have 2 bottles of wine, and I have also got these from shops in town, or I've had them in my, but you can find them online, whatever you've got. I've got 2 different ones there. This one's got little handles on, but I can't remember where I got them from. I've had this in my stash for quite some time, so I thought I'd use it up. But obviously you could do something, you know, along these lines. These colours reminded me of very vanilla and silver, so I thought, oh, not done that for a while. So actually I got inspiration from the bag, and this one I thought, oh, could do something a bit more rusticy, and I thought rusticy, I thought Merry Moose. So that's where I kind of started on this journey. But I don't plan my videos very well, and I just think, where do we end up? So there we go. So I've cut a piece of card that is, I think it was like 7 or 8. So all I've done is got a ruler, I've got 8 centimetres. So I've measured my bottle of wine. Show you what I'm doing. So it depends how I'm going to make a wine topper to go over the top. So the idea is it will just sit on there and it will hang down in its bag. So stick around and I'll show you how I've done that. But I just measured it and I thought, oh yes, that's going to be, I want about 8 centimetres, and that's a whole width of A4. And then I just thought, oh, how I'm just like this with my wine, thinking, well, I know I need a hole in it, I've got a framelit. So then I just thought I'd decorate it up a little bit. So I'm going to start by cutting a hole in the top. That's quite the easy bit. So, and I've also got a couple of scraps I might cut some bits out of. So, and I was thinking about a circle or something. I found this in my stash and I thought, oh, I could use that up. I can pick it up. I've got a big Christmas there, but I'm not sure. We will see how we go. I might just, you know, who knows? It is a bit big to go across there, and I don't want it poking out either side. So, we will see. We'll see if we use it or not. Who knows? I also wanted to, oh yeah, should do that bit first. So I'm measuring this, and I think I want the hole that's going to say it's going to sit on the top. So I'm just measuring it by eye here. And I think to the centre of that, I'm going to measure it too. I put my wine bottle flat. I'm just tilting it so I can see what I'm doing. Kind of about 3 centimetres. So I'm going to get, the next thing I'm going to do is get my framelets that are here somewhere. My desk is a bit covered in bits. I don't know. It's right by the side of me. I can't really see me. And then I thought, oh, how big does it need to be? So I thought I would, oh, let's just get a framelit. And I thought, is that too big? So again, I'm just using my framelit here. Put it over the bottle top and see how that's going to look. And actually, I think that's okay. The other, there are different bottles of wine, and I thought I want to do 2 here, I think. But I think you're going to get the idea. So then we'll chuck that to the big shot, and I'll put my scoreboard out the way. So what I'm going to do is put that on my big shot plate. Oops. And again, I'm just going to measure on here from my centre point to the edge. So that's going to be, I said, about 4 centimetres, which that's about 4 centimetres-ish to the centre of my circle that I'm going to cut. So let's pop that through the big shot and see how we go. This is just another way to give a bottle of wine, really, and it just looks really kind of boring if it's just stuffed in a bag and, oh, it's coming out the other end. Oh, sorry, so yes, that is that. So let's cut that bit off. Let's move my big shot bits out of the way. So now that kind of fits on there. So I then need to create a fold to go across the top. So I've got my scoreboard out. Simply scoreboard. I love this. I use this piece of equipment most days, and my framelits I use all the time. They're really good investment pieces. If you've got Christmas coming up, yeah, this is just fab things that you use and use and use. They're really sort of staples in your craft room. So then I'm going to put that on that way. That's my hole for the top, and then I'm just going to measure from the centre of the bottle-ish, roughly, to the edge of the. It's just going to have to tilt it up. So I'm doing it like this. I just use my finger and the ruler and think that, well, there's the centre of the neck of the bottle of wine, and about sort of 4.5 inches, 4.5 centimetres. So I'm going to what's that in inches? 4.5. Oh, let's do it in inches. Let's turn that around. About 1.5 inches, is it? Yes, 1.5 inches we're going to go for. So 1.5 inches from that. Didn't think this through very well, did I? So that's 1.5 inches from about there. So I'm going to push that along to the 2 and then go 3.5. There we go. That's easy. And let's put my Simply Scored out of the way. Grab a bone fold. Just make that look nice and creased, nice and sharp, that crease. And then really I'm just kind of doing that as I go along. So that now fits on there. I quite like that. Can you see that? That looks quite cool. So that's what I've done. Turn that round a little bit. And then I thought I wanted to just do some corner rounding, really. So this punch I use such a lot. I love it, love it, love it. So let's put those bits out the way. So that already looks a bit better, doesn't it? So I've wanted to use the Merry Moose and possibly another circle. And I wanted to show you how I've used the 2 colours of the Merry Moose in different colours. There's an outline stamp. Mine's a bit grubby because I've used it. And there's a kind of infill colour. So this week I was playing around at a class and we did this. And I thought, oh wow. I'm sure other demonstrators out there have realised it does this, but I was just like, wow moment. So I'm going to do the outside colour first. And then we're going to colour him in. I'm just going to let that ink transfer a second, and there we go. So that's the outline colour, and I've done that in a Early Espresso, which is a darker colour. I'm then going to use a soft suede for the lighter colour, and try to get him in the same sort of place. You could use your Stamparatus here, but I've just grabbed my block and gone straight for it. So I'm just going to do it. Make sure it's got plenty of ink on there. I don't know if you can. I'm just trying to line it up. Again, it's not exact. I'm not too worried about it. A bit of shadows going on because my light's on. It's a bit of a miserable day here, but I'm just going to go for it. I don't know if you saw what I was doing then. Let me try and move it that way a little bit. Oh, not too bad. So that's him coloured in. That was really quick and easy. How cool was that? I'm just going to put these out of the way because I'm going to get in a mess otherwise. So I've got a little bit of a cold. And I'm going to punch these out. This is a little tricky to punch these out because it's got quite a lot. It's got 4 legs, 2 antlers and a nose and a tail. So it's just a little bit tricky to line it all up really, but it is worth just giving it a little tweak, moving it around. If you just lightly hold it, squeeze it ever so slightly so it just about holds it, but without cutting. It gives you quite a good sort of guide, and then you can hold it and move it around a little bit. So I'm concentrating. We're going to go for that. Oh, so that's him cut out. Let's move that out of the way. And I quite like him. Actually, I'm going to grab a sponge and see if I can do my edges. There we are. Oh, so that's me sitting down on the chair. And I wanted to just have a bit of an edge to it. Make it look a bit kind of rusticy. So I'm just grabbing my sponge. I'm going to sponge off on a bit of this scrap paper there. I just want a little bit of an edge. So all I'm doing is getting it round. You see the difference it looks like? This is lovely, this crumb cake card. I just love it. It's one of my favourites. Now I'm going to do the fold as well to make it look a bit kind of aged. Aged, is that the word? A bit antique-y looking, but you know, you could do sort of 4 of these from one piece of A4 card. So you could be giving drinks and that away for, you know, do them away. You know, and how beautiful would that be to have decorated bottles and things? I like that. It's already looking, you can see where I think where I'm kind of going. He's going to go sit on there. I wanted him to have, I'm not quite sure where he's going to go, but I did think I might put that on there. Oh, sorry, I'm coughing. I don't know about bringing in a bit of I've got a bit of red, so let me go and get a scrap of the red as well. Give us options. I have got a bit of cherry cobbler. There's a scrap of the cherry cobbler there. Stash. It's real red. It's not cherry cobbler. Whoops. You can tell we're live. This is just my box of scraps here. And there is, see, I keep all my scraps like this. There's the right mixture in here. Yes, so I want a bit of red. I have got actually this, oh, I like this ribbon. Real red rouge, oh, the real red, sort of like a, I don't know, it's kind of like a wavy sort of, it's like a bit of like a wool, but it's been sort of like woven, and I really, really like it. So I thought that I would give him a bit of a scarf. So I wanted to just give him a scarf and just wrap that around his neck like so, and cut that off. I don't know, I might have to wrap it around twice, but we'll see how we go. My scissors are a bit sticky, so what I might have to do is do it twice around there so it comes back down again. So there we go. So he's got my little moose has now got his scarf on. He must be feeling a bit chilly, bless him. So, and I'm not too worried that's come out to fan out a little bit, but there we go. I'm going to have a play with the other one in a second. And then I just want to stop, what else should we have on there really? Oh, I'll move that forward. I quite like the Early Espresso and the Real Red. Oddly enough, I quite like that. So I think I'm going to get a framelit, and I think we're going to go for a red background. Or shall we stay with that colour? Oh. So I've decided this is often how I work. You know, get my scraps out and off we go. Yes, what we're going to do is we're going to ignore those a second, and we're going to find a framelit. So this is how, say I want to put an edge around my chap, around my moose here. This is how I think, oh, how big do I want it to be? So I could go, you know, I could just do it by eye. That's too big. I'm going to go a little bit smaller. So I'll just come along here and think, oh, let's do the other one. Let's do a smaller one. I want it off the edge, I think. And he's going to be sitting about kind of there. Yeah. Oh, I quite like that. So I want to cut another framelit out. Another circle. Can we get that out of there? No, not quite. Oh, actually we're going off the edge there. We're going to do that like that because I know we're going to go off the edge. I'm going to use my scrap up there. So why not? I'm just going to do it off camera so I can just see me use my big shot. Sorry, I've got a bit of a sore throat today. So there's that bit cut out. I then want to go round the edges again with the... we're just going to cut that off, it's not a problem. I'm going to do quite a heavy sort of... and I want to stick it on there like so, so it looks... oh, I quite like that. I'm going to cut this edge off anyway, and I shall go over it afterwards. So he'll sit kind of about there, wandering along, and I want to put Very Merry or something at the top. Because it is, I'm giving a bottle of wine, so why not? Let's put the lid on that one. I'm going to stick this Christmas wording down. I'm going to just turn that over on my silicone mat. You know, I use this type of my silicone mat quite a lot. So here's how to do it when you don't get the glue everywhere. All I'm going to do is use my glue and just put little dobs of glue. Oh, actually, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to change my mind, and I'm going to use what I normally use, which is my glue pen. And it's not to hand. Oh, where's my glue pen gone? Oh, there we are. I've got quite a few different brands of these, but I know Stampin' Up! Don't do them at the moment, so I don't have too much of an issue. But these are quite cheap to find. This is a Zig two-way glue pen. They are quite widely available. It's really very good to have in your craft room. It's great for letters and things, or what I'm doing small areas here. You wouldn't want to use this for like assembling cards and stuff, but for this type of thing it's just great. My silicone mat looks a bit like it's got something else on it when I used it last, so I must give it a wash. So that's my Christmas down. And in my in the stamp set Itty Bitty Christmas, I want to put this Very Merry there. So I wanted to just get that out. Let's find the block. Oh, no smaller block to hand. There we go. And I think I might do it in the dark colour. Oh, actually, let's put him on first. Let's put that on first, like so. Let's get that down while we're here. Oops, let's put some glue on there. Let's just put that down there, right on the edge, like so. And I wanted to put the Very Merry kind of about there. And I might put a couple over it actually and make kind of a bit of a background. Oh, so I might just turn it round a bit so it's coming off. Oh, that was just totally unexpected. But I do quite like it. I'm just making a bit of a background now. How cool is that? So when you've got the stamps, you can just make up your own as you go along. How cool is that? So I'm just going to put some... I want him raised up, my little moose here. I'm going to just quickly cut his scarf off a little bit. I don't want it too long. I may have to sort of put his scarf down a bit because I don't want him to be tripping up on it. So I might have to get some... Oh, there we go. Something like that. It's a bit too long on that side. Now, do we get the scissors back and trim that down? Almost there, folks. How cool is he? And there you have it. I'll take a picture when it's done and I'll put it on the blog post or the video. But I hope you can see him. Oh, I need to trim that edge off. Oh, I forgot to trim my edge off. I have to be a bit careful there because I've stuck my moose down now. I'll just pull him back a little bit and I'll just trim him back. I forgot to cut my edge. Whoopsie daisy. Yeah, there we go. That's better. That's better. It's crafty on the hoof. So I really like that's going to look great in its bag. That's just, I love it. All I am going to do is just put that scarf, it's really annoying me, where I've knotted it, it's just flying up. So if that happens to you, just grab a snot dot or a, oh, where's my, oh, poker tool's disappeared, okay. Where's my poker tool gone? I come up here, I have it all ready and then I can't find it. Where's it gone, where's it gone? It's disappeared, there's one there, okay. So what I'm going to do is get a glue dot, I'm going to fold it in half. And then I'm going to put it back on my finger. Did you see me do that? I think you did. I'm going to put it on his leg there and just put that there. So I can sort of stick that to it a little bit. So it holds his scarf down. It's stray. I'm going to do that on the other leg as well. So what I'm going to do is get the glue dot, fold it in half with my fingers. And then I'm just going to put that on there like so. I'm going to just put that down as well. There we go. I like it. What do you think? Please leave me a comment whether good or bad, or if you like it or don't like it. I'm sure you'll get some more ideas. I will have to do another video now because I've gone on a bit too long here. So with the other one, they go in the other bag and I'll let you know what it turns out like. Thank you very much for watching today. I do have a blog, and if you'd like to buy any of the supplies that I've used today, click on the shop button over at my blog, and it's Crafts to Enjoy, and the same on all the socials. That's Crafts, CRAFTS, the number 2, Enjoy. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on future videos. I do post about twice a week, so something to look out for and look forward to. And don't forget to click on the bell so you don't miss anything that's going to come up. Thank you very much for watching today, and I hope you have a very creative, crafty day. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.